Well, exactly. The first session of the Group of 20 summit is still going on. All of the leaders are still inside discussing issues like the future of workspace and employment, empowerment of women rather, and sustainable development. But all of this is, of course, very much a protocol. The leaders coming together to put a seal on what's already been agreed on in the previous meetings on the ministerial level. Some more than 80 meetings have taken place over the year. So what's going on here in the summit and the ultimate document they'll be able to produce at the end of the summit is very much predictable. But what's really more colorful here is everything else that's been happening on the sidelines between the leaders. When you put, the leaders of the 20 most influential countries in the world in the same room and let them interact, it's a very interesting picture. Just to observe their gestures, we had that 20 minutes or so before the first session, we've seen US President Donald Trump sitting with the British Prime Minister Theresa May next to each other. Trump earlier had criticized Theresa May's deal, the deal she's trying to reach with the European Union, but they seem to be exchanging quite a cordial conversation there. And we've heard from May earlier today that Britain could reach a trade deal with the United States as well once they achieve a Brexit deal. Now, on the complete opposite end of the room, we had the Russian President Vladimir Putin. There was very little exchange between those two groups. Putin rather appeared to be spending a good time with Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi crown prince, who is very much at the center of attention right now because there's still a very large cloud of suspicion looming over his head, whether he has any direct involvement in the brutal killing of Jamal Khashoggi, a Washington Post journalist, some 2 months ago at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Of course, we don't have any idea of what they were talking about, but we do know that they will have a bilateral meeting. Some other leaders chose not to meet him, though, in order to not exonerate him or legitimize him in any way. We know that Theresa May showed interest in meeting him, and she said once that meeting takes place, she would press him for more answers, particularly about the investigation. She said any kind of investigation should be transparent and credible. And she also spoke about the Saudi-led coalition in Yemen, which has left millions of people on the brink of starvation. She said this might be the time to end the war in Yemen. And I think I lost the connection there with the center office, but I'll leave it there with you now.